Now, what if I tell you that balancing of chemical equation is not as difficult as you think? Yes, it is very simple. A lot of people has made it look as if balancing of chemical equation is one of the difficult topics in chemistry. But let me tell you something. It is one of the easiest in chemistry. Now, if you are coming across this video for the first time, my name is Sochi. I'm a science tutor. I teach math, physics, chemistry, and I also help to prepare students writing GCSE exams, IGCSE exams, and other exams. Now, before moving to that, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure to like, and also comment. If you have any question, feel free to ask me in the comment section and I'll answer you immediately. Now, let's move on. Balancing of chemical equation. Now, I'm going to start with this so that you get it. Now, in terms of balancing of chemical equation, one thing you need to know is that your reactant must be equal with your product. Now, let me get something more easier. You don't like example now, they give you ingredients to cook food. Okay, do you know how to cook food? Okay. Now, let's say they give you an ingredient to cook food, and let's say the food you are making is jollof rice. They've listed the ingredients. They've given you the ingredients to make that particular food. You have your salt, you have your maggi, you have your pepper, and so other things. So these ones are known as what? Your reactant. When you are cooking your food with these ingredients, you are making sure that there is no excess. Like, let's say our salt now. If you are putting salt, you are trying to measure the amount of salt you are putting there. Because if you put all the salt in there, what happens? The food becomes tasteless. So this is the reactant. And now it's the same thing applicable to balancing of chemical equation. Are you getting me now? So if any chemical equation is given to you, the first thing you are making sure is that what is given to you at your reactant, which is the left hand side, is equal to what is in your right hand side. Now let's look at a chemical equation. Let's look at an example now. We have the first one, combustion of ethanol, and the second one, sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloride. Now I'll start with the first one. Now, when you have the word combustion, it simply means something burning. Now, example now, ethanol burning. So when you have that word combustion anywhere, whether in school, in your textbook, just know that that word combustion simply means what? Something to burn, to set something burning. So now, solution. So ethanol is C2H5OH. So the combustion of ethanol is ethanol reacting with oxygen, because oxygen is a gas that helps substances to burn. One of the tests is that it rekindles a glowing splinter. I'm going to write the equation, the full equation, and balance it. So now, so ethanol reacting with oxygen. So majorly ethanol burns in air, and you know our air is made up of various or a lot of constituents. We have nitrogen, we have oxygen, and so on. But in terms of combustion, it's majorly a particular substance reacting with oxygen. So now combustion of ethanol is ethanol with oxygen. So now when these two they burn in air, you have carbon dioxide plus water. Now, in terms of balance, like I said, we have to make sure that what is in the reactant part is equal to what is in the product part. So now this is the product. So the first thing I would do is to list out the elements in each of them. Now I'll list out the element in the reactant part and also that of the product, so that I'll make sure that what they are what the same. So we have carbon, which is C, we have hydrogen, and we have oxygen. Right? I'll do the same here. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now, how many carbon is here? There are two carbon. How many hydrogen is here? There are six. 5 plus 1, that is 6. How many oxygen is here? 2 oxygen and another oxygen. That is what? 3. So I'll put that 3 here. Okay. So I'll also do the same thing with the product part. How many carbon is here? Carbon is just 1. There is nothing here. So the same thing as just being 1. Oxygen is what? This is 2 and another one here, making it 3. That is for oxygen. Then hydrogen is what? 2. Now, you can look at it now. It is not balanced. This is the first thing you're supposed to do. whenever a question on balancing is given to you, list out each element in the reactant part and the product part. So now, here, carbon is 2, carbon is 1. Now I'm going to add 2 here so as to make my carbon balanced. Now I want you to know this. Based on the fact that I've added 2 to this carbon, it has automatically affect everything here. It has affected both carbon and also oxygen. So my oxygen now is no longer 2, is now what? 4. Because 2 times 2 will give me what? 4. So this mode now affected both carbon and both oxygen. So my oxygen is now what? 2 times 2, 4, plus this, 5. That's now my oxygen. Now, oxygen here is what? 3. Are you following now? We have hydrogen. Hydrogen is what? 6. Now, next thing I will do is to add 3 to this H2O. Because if you look now very well, hydrogen is 6 and this one is 2. So if I add 3 here now, 3 will times everything here. 3 times 2 be what? 6. And also it has affected my oxygen. So this is now 2 times 2, 4. With this 3 now to become 7. Are you following now? That is my what? Oxygen. Now, I also want to balance this one. If you look at it very well now, carbon is balanced in both the reactant and the product part. Also with my hydrogen in the reactant and the product part. But the only thing that is left for me to balance is my oxygen. And the only way I can balance it by putting 3 mole here. Are you following now? Now watch. If I put 3 mole here, oxygen has become what? 3 times 2 is what? 6. Remember, there's one oxygen here. So it become 7. So now like this, it is balanced. I have 2 carbon at the reactant part. I have 6 hydrogen at the reactant. I have 7 oxygen at the reactant. Also with the what? Product. So that is the first thing you need to do. List out each element before doing any other thing in the reactant part and the product part. Now, I'm going to leave you with this question. Balance the following equation, number 1 and number 2. So do this and tell me your answer in the comment section. So see you in my next video. Bye.